Hi, my name is Gary Sagan. I was asked about the corrections test. Some people are wanting to know what to expect so they could pass the test and become a correctional officer. Well, I've worked for the Department of Corrections for over 25 years, so I went to the academy in August of 1989. Prior to that, I applied at the department we call it the unemployment office. I got an application for a correction officer. It took them a year to process my application to report to the academy. The first things they did when I was to be interviewed, I went in and took an exam in Sacramento, or if you're in Southern California, they have a testing facility down in Southern California. Well, I went in. It was a written test to test my knowledge of the English language, the read and write and grammar, simple things like that. They wanted to know if I could write a report if I need, because correction officers often have to write written reports. Prior to my going to that interview test, I went to the local library here in town and got some career books and looked at some exams for writing and, for like security, police type or whatever, things similar related fields for the written test for reading and writing. Okay, after taking the written test I passed, I was physically tested by riding an exercise bike for a certain time, and then they measured my heartbeat to see that I was healthy. They did a few other health exams like that, touch the toes, several things like that. But then when I got into the interview process, there's half a dozen or so people that are sitting around the table as the panel that interviewed me questions. They basically wanted to know if I got angry at what kind of person made me angry. Basically, they wanted to know if I was aware of my, I'd be aware of my surroundings. Like they asked about what I'd do if somebody brought in a bottle of alcohol and things like that inside the prison. Those kind of things about whether you take drugs and, the common questions you would expect. But the one question I remember that was kind of stood out in my mind was they had a scenario where, say, like two inmates may be fighting and you're there observing this, and all you had was by yourself, and you had a whistle, an alarm, radio, telephone, what would you do? And so what they were looking for is that you would sound an alarm and not just jump in first by yourself like a cowboy, and because the two inmates would turn around and start pounding on you, and you would be in trouble. So they wanted to make sure you would call for backup and get help before you jumped into a situation like that. So that's what they're looking for, that you've got some kind of common sense in the correctional surroundings. You're aware of the people around you are not there, or who's there, who's not there. If there's drugs or alcohol, if another officer is doing something illegal, what would you do about it? Okay, so I hope this helps. If you have any more questions, you can leave a comment below. Get a hold of me in my profile or something like that. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.